Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it right now. She wanted you to hug kiss her and then me put the blanket on her. Exactly. Because you're gonna take small. Hi. Ooh, we get something cool over on the free-to-play account. I just remembered. That's tempting. I'm gonna say hi, but I'm not even gonna pretend to be able to say what your name is. Yes, Cora.
What are you doing?
I'm streaming.
Just like talking to people.
Because that's what streamers do?
And they say something you know.
Yeah, they're typing to me.
Okay.
They said hi.
Can they see? Yeah.
They cannot see you because you're off camera.
Oh, here?
No?
Did they see me?
No? They see the top of your head.
What happens if they see my face?
Nothing happens.
I want to see. Why do you look like we are like this?
Cora, you gotta look over here. There. Okay, there. Look, you're on camera. Okay? See? Look.
Oh, I can see my own self.
Yeah. You happy now? Can you go to bed now?
Mom not didn't give me a kiss yet.
Mom didn't give you a hug kiss yet? Well, she will, okay? Alright. Love you. Alright. So over on the free-to-play. Oh, not that one. I've got them opened in a different order, and it's really going to mess with me all day. We get Syl. Let me correct. I'm going to test, because... Yeah, you get her no matter what. So... But I do get 500 points towards the Champion Chase tournament, so that's nice. It's crazy to think about it. These accounts haven't been off for like 3 days. Okay. So I think what I want to start with is the challenge account. I really want to see what we can get out of Rathalos, right? So let's go into the fitting room. Now I would use the Hell Hades tracker. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. The optimizer. I would use the optimizer. The problem with it though is it's not going to work on a multi-stream or multi. I'm playing 3 accounts at once, so it's not. It doesn't work very well with that. The upcoming fusion. How many potions do you think we need to ascend the epics? That is a great question. Unfortunately, we don't know what the epics are yet. What I would recommend doing instead, presumably you have enough energy, right? Like if we go to my free to play, I've got 3,800 energy, right? Because I've just been saving for so long. So what I would probably do is just open up the right dungeon when I need to, right? So let's say that like once we know what affinity they are, we just go in and we start farming. Whenever the next available time is. I happen to have a ton of potions saved up. And this is the benefit of kind of that one champion at a time mentality. You know, I'm not constantly ascending champions. I'm very patient with it, and you know, you'll even see like 2 legendaries that I might build at some point are both only 1-starred, right? I'm not constantly going in and 5-star ascending everybody. So I've saved up a huge amount of potions. So I'm not worried about it. Also keep in mind that they're going to be epics, right? So you know, maybe a couple of the big boys, but for the most part we'll be using the middle ones, right? So I'm not worried about it. And again, worst case scenario, you pop 150 gems? It's 200. Yeah, pop 200 gems, open her up, and farm what you need. But the biggest thing is going to be food to ascend them, but we'll probably just be leveling that food during a champion training event anyways, right? Okay. Speaking of, before I forget, I think the first thing I need to do is knock out some missions before I forget them. So We're gonna come in here. I don't know if I can progress any higher in the Void Keep, but let's try. Do a different leader here. I'm gonna see how far I can get in the Void Keep. And while that's going on, let's go to the free-to-play. Yeah, just classic arena battles. Which, yeah, I'm almost all the way refilled. Do a key as well. I did my brutal key? No. So I did 2 nightmare keys. So let's do my brutal key. This one will be an instant. And we'll go check on the progress on Void here. Yeah, this team is so much stronger. Alright, we'll try the next difficulty, see how that works. Personally, I only need to ascend a Void Champion to 6, and I'll get Arbiter like smooth sailing. Congratulate. Yeah, no, I think I'm in the same boat that you were. I actually just finished that mission, and so now it's just the battles for me. Cuz that was the mission before this one was ascending to 6 stars for Void. You'll see this is Arbiter right here, so I'm almost done, right? The stage 20 stuff is really the biggest hurdle, but I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. I may just need like a cleanser. But other than that, I think I can get past Ice Golem 20 on auto pretty easy. Okay. I just double checking here because yeah, 1,000 points isn't gonna make up the difference in the champion chase tournament. Because what's it gonna put me at? So 2,260. Yeah, it doesn't even get me the immortal. So there's kind of no point in popping them. I'd rather wait till the fusion one, where their point values might be greater, you know, because of different shard types. Stage 20 is a big difficulty jump. Waves kick my butt on all but dragon. But even if we if we go to my free to play again, sorry, that's we were on the free to play. So like if we look at the waves, like Fire Knight waves, right? So this is stage 20 Fire Knight waves. Just with like, other than Allure, I mean these champions we've been looking at for a long time, right? And we just go. I haven't done any fusions yet, so I'm wondering if you can't do a summon rush but can do everything else, would it still be possible? That depends on how they score it. So that's why I didn't do the previous one, because it was clear that you needed to get points from the summon rush. They used to give you ways to avoid those points. However, going into this one, I'm prepared to pull some shards. The reality is that if they give me a choice between Summon Rush or Champion Chase, I would go for the Champion Chase. The reason I say that is because I have 2 legendaries waiting to be summoned right now. Which is a big, you know, that's a big deal. So for a Champion Chase, I can summon both of those legendaries and get legendary points for them. If I summon them during a Summon Rush, I don't get anything for them. So I'd rather pull them during a Champion Chase. What I will say, if you're not free to play, I'm trying to think of the right words for this. I don't even want to say it. I mean, I guess I have to at this point, but what I was going to say is if you're free to play out of, like, necessity, I guess, like, if you're willing to spend a little bit, if you get 95 fragments, they'll offer you fragments for probably $10, like 5 more fragments for $10. So, I'm just saying that, just so you know. So, you know, me, on this account, because, like, it's rule-based, right? Like, if I was to break my own rule and spend $10 on the free-to-play account, I would be breaking the rule of my game, right? But if you have a little wiggle room and you can maybe, like, pick change out of the couch cushions, or, you know, go collect a bet from a friend or something for 10, you know, if you've got $10 somewhere lying around that you can grab, then by all means. You may not have that, and you may say, well, no, I'm not going to spend $10. I'm not spending a dime on this game, and I completely respect that. That's the position that I'm in. So, but if it were me and if I was just saying I want to be free to play, and then I get to that end and it's like, all right, I'll spend $10, you know, so. Okay, how's it going this evening? What's up, Brusco? It's going good. It's going good. I'm really excited to stream. I really like streaming. It's a lot of fun. I love talking to you guys, learning a little bit more. Love seeing some speed boots. We'll keep those. Even on this account, I've been selling blues, but those will probably get sold at some point because they're not great substats, but always got to keep those speed boots to start. All right, so that was me just demonstrating that the waves on 20 were pretty easy, and I don't have, like, an especially good wave clear team. As long as you have all the right mechanics. I'll tell you one thing that makes it real easy, of course, is Deacon, right? Because Deacon's turn meter controlling them and stuff, but there's different approaches you can take to clearing the waves. Usually that's why Sun Wukong makes the cut, or my Kale, who's built for nukes, right? He's my second PvP nuker, Kale. So that's why he's coming in there. I think the only reason that Venomage is in there is because he's got a double hitter. And he has an AoE attack as well. But that would probably be... Sand Devil, for me, has always been kind of the harder waves. Obviously, Spider has no waves, so that's real easy. Ice Golem waves are really tough, too. So those could be a bit of a challenge. But that's where Seer really comes in handy for me, personally. I'm definitely going for this one because I have saved up 6 Sacreds just from Clan Boss. Awesome. And going to get a 7th one, so I think I can do it. Yeah, that's more than enough. If you're good, if you want to spend your Sacreds, I expect the champion chase for this fusion to be Voids. So I would probably spend your Sacreds. I would probably go for the Soul Rush. I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Because I like spending on 2Xs. When the calendar comes out, we can calculate, and I'm just going to double check and make sure there is no preview count, like if they didn't accidentally leak a calendar or anything, and they haven't. So when the calendar comes out, right, we can kind of calculate and say how many points we need. How far did you push? Let me finish my thought. Sorry. So we can calculate how many points we need and then go from there, right? We can say, all right, well, we need 15 fragments from the Summon Rush. We got to do the Summon Rush, or go for the Champion Chase. The problem with Champion Chase is it's slightly more risky because you need to pull epics. Like, that's the real key, is getting a bunch of epics. But the Champion Chase is also where you can do some more free stuff, right? So, and I say free, I'm referring to like I farmed these over time, right? But then also even these fusions. So even though I already have this champion, if I'm short by points in the champion chase, I can level these up and fuse this guy. And that's going to get me points in the fusion. And then I could also, if I wanted to, I could farm these free guys and get this epic over and over, right? If I wanted to. And even these ones are farmable. So I could fuse, I think, is she? Yeah, she's farmable too, sorceress. So I could fuse Relic Keeper. Or even do the rosin fusions that I can do. Now, you may not be able to do all of them. Like, I cannot do all of them, but I can do 2 of them. So I can fuse them, and that's 2 epic points right there. And even Broadmaw, if you happen to have him ready to be fused, all those are great ways to get free ways to get champion chase points if you can't get enough from your shards that you actually pull. So if you want to be safe with your shards, if we're able to skip the soul rush, you could potentially save those 6 sacreds, right? And then if we get to the summon rush and you can't do enough points for free, then you could maybe pop 1 or 2 sacreds and get those epics that you need to get you over the hump. So, okay, how far did you push the Wrath Soul? I got the 4-star. It's felt like a huge difference. I'm sure that it will feel like a huge difference. So on my free-to-play, I will probably only be able to get the 3-star soul. That's mostly because I just didn't do many of the events, right? Because I wanted to save up for the fusion rather than spending my resources now. Like, for example, not the champion chase, but the summon rush I didn't do. I think the dungeon divers I only got so far. I didn't get all the points in the dungeon divers. Kind of sucks that I get to get the Eternal Soulstone, we needed to have done the summon rush. I got to 1450 out of 1500 for Rathalos Soul event. Yeah, it does kind of suck. You also got the 4-star and more, and it's made a huge difference, especially in Clan Boss and Hydra. Yeah, I agree that the 4-star is huge. For Rathalos, unfortunately I'm not able to do it on either of my free accounts. Now my main account, I'm closer, but I still don't think I'm going to be able to do that, and that's fine. It's really hard to go for these events across 3 accounts, but I will say that I learned so much about RSL Helper this time around, and even going into the fusion when the dungeons are coming up, I could just farm it over a period of 3 days, right? And just let the game use my energy as it refreshes and not have to focus as much. The hardest parts for me are going to be the champion training events, because that requires me to get in there using brews and upgrading, and the computer can't, the RSL helper can't do that. Okay. Oh, look, we completed it. Yeah, we did that. I started that like 10 minutes ago. All right. I'm just pushing to see. I don't know if I hit replay or next there, but I'm pushing that to see how far we can get. And then this is the main account. I'm going to keep getting them confused because they're in a different order on my taskbar. Okay. Oh, so then what did I do on the main account? I showed you guys the free-to-play. Where am I on the main account? Yeah, you'll see on the main account, I'm much closer to the 4-star, and that's just because the game is easier. I have more energy. I have more resources at my disposal. Like right now, I need to do the artifact enhancement event, right? Man, the game runs so slow when I have 3 open and I'm streaming. So like that's another 100 points right here, and I could just knock that out in a couple minutes. Let's build out my second Nergigante archer. That I pulled. She's defense based, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so we'll go with defense chest on her. Uh, I would go crit rate, crit damage, speed, and HP is a perfect piece. Doesn't exist. It's a great piece. I'm gonna try and build this one to be a little more tanky. Or sorry, rather, I'm gonna try and build this one to do damage. Or should I rebuild my first archer? Because my first archer has no crit rate, but she does need accuracy. I need to remember that. I forgot about that. Let's keep that in mind, and let's try to rebuild her here. She doesn't need protected set. That doesn't really matter. I don't think she gives a buff, right? Yeah, except for accuracy. We don't care about that being protected. So, primary stat, we want defense chest, and then we want to go... An ideal build would be speed, crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy. None of that's equipped. Okay. So, what if we got rid of the speed requirement? And we're looking at chest here. I think it only cost me 600 or so gems for the first dungeon divers. That was all I had to do. Skip the summon as well. Somehow managed to get 1,200 total points. Felt good to finally complete something. Ah, that's awesome. Yeah, Heaven Cast is really, really solid. I agree. It's felt really, really good. I really need the accuracy. What about crit rate and accuracy? It's weird to build her because the gear that I want to build her in, I probably sell. Alright, that's not bad. Okay. I'm going to go crit rate on the gloves. Not crit damage. I'm trying to get extra damage out of her, but I'm not trying to build anything crazy. So this will give me more wiggle room with her build. So a perfect piece would be crit damage, defense percent, speed, accuracy. Doesn't exist. We definitely want accuracy more than anything else, so we'll keep that. And here we go. Pretty decent little piece here. Defense percent, accuracy, crit rate, and crit damage. I'd like to have speed, though. That doesn't exist. What if I drop the crit damage? Doesn't exist. Okay. So this is the best piece that I can get right now. We'll upgrade this and try it on. Got some good crit damage rolls there. That's good. Yeah, see, like, we're already over on crit rate. Alright, so if we're looking at our next pieces, let's keep... These are perfect substats for our next piece. What pieces have these substats? Speed, defense percent, accuracy, and crit damage. Alright, so I'm okay completing a resilience set, but I would prefer a perception piece if I can make it happen. How many pieces of supersonic do I need to get the speed? 3? This is a possibility. I don't think I have enough to make that work, so I'm going to level this one to 16. And there's some speed and accuracy. Okay. If I try this on. So losing a little bit of accuracy, but again, all my other stats are kind of a lot less defense. That's to be expected, right? But more HP. Not looking too shabby here. Um, so no other pieces. I'm not going to use a lethal helmet on her. No, this is a really good piece for her, and I don't think I would use this on anybody else. It's kind of a weird piece that I probably shouldn't have kept, but I did, and now I can get some real value out of it. Okay. So one of these pieces is giving me crit rate here. So these are perfect pieces. Now, what would I want to do? We're losing a lot of speed with this build, probably because I'm giving up some sets here. So I want to keep speed. I want to keep accuracy. What if I give up some crit? What if I do... Actually, let's give up defense percent. Now we're talking. So we have 2 pieces left. Okay, so actually, let's leave defense percent, take off speed, and do HP percent with primary stat speed. Yeah, I figured these would be equipped. Okay. Let's get rid of HP percent. Now we're talking. I like the pre-roll on accuracy. We're going to get the same amount of speed that we currently have. And more accuracy. We're going to lose accuracy, though. But we gain some defense. We lose that extra crit rate, which is good. We didn't really want that. And we're gaining back some defense. I kind of like this. So now we're at 98% crit rate, which I'm actually okay with. Like, I'll take that. But I need a lot more speed. So for the weapon, we could probably drop some crit damage and have to drop the defense percent, right? Because that can't exist. So speed, accuracy, and a little bit of crit rate, which is fine because we're going to lose more crit rate here. So let's see what this one does. I need like 1 roll into crit rate. That's too much crit rate. That's too much crit rate. That's losing crit rate. Okay, that's reasonable. We're still really slow. I'm not happy about the amount of speed that we're losing. All right, so speed boots. I'm really looking at perception speed boots here. Those are terrible. Only gives me 5 more speed. I do like getting a little bit more crit damage too. They're only giving me 5 for more speed because I'm not completing the set. So the extra 5 speed is because it's 6-star boots. I am going to try these on. Why am I losing? Oh, because this had the accuracy pre-roll on it, didn't it? I just don't think I have any other better crit rate gloves. With a speed substat. Like, these are really bad. I don't lose that many stats, though, which is good. I do lose attack, but I can make up for that. What does this chest give me? I just want to look at all the defense. Well, yeah, but I want speed, right? So all the defense percent chests. That's too much crit rate lost. And I don't want to take his. This is getting hard. I don't know that I can make this happen with what I have. What was this one? Does that have any crit rate? No. And this is the current one that's on her. I need to complete a set. So this, what's better, the chest or the gloves? The chest is better. We're getting a ton of defense, we're getting a ton of HP, and we're getting crit rate with some accuracy that can be boosted, right? So the chest is better. Well, I think this chest is better. So we'll put this chest on. What does this chest do? 12 more crit damage, 2 more crit rate, and then speed. I don't really care about the added crit rate, though. But I like the crit damage. So I'm giving up a ton of HP for crit damage on a non-nuker. No, I'll keep that, because she's not really a nuker. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the main thing I need to change is the helmet. So I'm looking for a perception helmet is what I'm looking for. And we'll take off substats and just look for a perception helmet, because I'm going to go with those boots, I think, right? So show me, yeah, perception helmet. Hey, what's up, twin? How you doing? I would want some speed. speed, accuracy, and crit damage. The best would also be defense percent. So speed, accuracy, and crit damage and defense doesn't exist. So speed, accuracy, and crit damage. Like, this dude doesn't need crit damage. He just needs speed and accuracy. So this is a pretty good piece. We're getting crit damage, we're getting speed, we're getting HP. We lose some defense, but I'm okay with that. Potentially it is, but what I'm trying, if here's my thing, if I'm not gonna build her to be 100% crit rate and get extra damage out of her, then I might as well not build her at all with crit rate and just make her super tanky, and so that she survives much longer on the fights. I'm trying to squeeze out extra damage from her because I want to sorry, one second. I'm trying to squeeze extra damage out of her because I need to free the heads that get eaten more. Give me 1 second, Twin, and I'll answer that question. Yeah, so for what I'm trying to do, I want to keep the crit rate at 100% while not sacrificing too many other stats. Right now, it feels like I'm sacrificing a big chunk of accuracy and a big chunk of speed. I mean, 262 down to 223. That's a lot. Yeah, so the answer is Archer, Twin. I was going to go in a little bit more detail, but Archer is better. You're going to have so Archer does what Syl does, but better. Quite frankly. So the big problem that I have, and the reason I have this problem is because I haven't had to build enough crit rate champions in a while. But that's the big problem that I'm having right now, is that I don't have enough crit rate champions. Or I don't have enough crit rate gauntlets because I don't use them. I tend to sell crit rate gauntlets pretty quickly. Right? Like if we look at crit rate gauntlets, these are all the crit rate gauntlets on my account. Not that many. All right, let's abandon what I was doing. So she is in, yeah, defense percent. So what if I just changed out her crit rate gloves and took them off of either one of these champions, right? What happens? Yeah, these have a double speed roll. So 13 speed is a lot less than what I was giving up. Why am I losing 21 accuracy? Is there that much accuracy on these gloves right here? Yeah. Alright, what do I get out of the protection set? 12% speed. I was not aware of that. That's where I'm losing a lot. I was changing the protection set, which is a 3-piece right now, and so I'm losing a lot of the speed that comes with that set. I did not know 3-piece protection gave me that kind of speed. Okay. Yeah, I really like her being fast more than anything else. At some point, Primary stats, crit rate. So if I just equip these, if I just do these, 93% crit rate, 238 speed. It feels like too much speed, though. Yeah, everything I've got on her is for speed. I think I just need to farm more gear for her, right? Like, if we do defense percent, chests, including equipped. Yeah, like the one that has crit rate, goes here. If I was to rebuild well, I guess I don't need crit rate, right? Yeah, I'm gonna put it off for right now. I think it's very doable, but I also need to craft more gear on the main account to make it happen. Which I'm gonna do real quick. So 10 artifacts at the forge using resistance charms. So let's craft, because righteous would be really good because we want to complete that set if possible. And then do a resistance charm and craft 10 pieces. Let's see what we get. All right. HP percent boots. No. No. Nope. Let me sell all the blues first. What do we get here? Attack percent with no crit damage or anything like that. Accuracy, all flat stats. No. Speed, crit damage, and resistance. I actually could see this. Mostly because it is a resistance type set and a speed set, so I'd be getting both of the stats that I want. And as you see, I'm using a character that needs crit damage only, right? Because I'm getting crit rate out of the gloves. Which is something I need to keep mentally. I don't think about that enough. I don't think about the fact that I may not want crit rate if I put on those really big crit rate gloves, right? And that crit damage. So I undervalue crit damage on a piece without crit rate, but because I'm used to building crit damage glove people. But just having crit damage, if it had better substats to go with it, then I would pick it. Like here, this is an interesting piece for an attack-based support that I want to get more damage out of, right? This is just a good piece. This is a great piece for a debuffer that I don't want to do damage, right? Or a support, a healer, anything like that. So that's a good piece right there. Like that's a piece that would be really good on my Nergigante if that as she's built now, right? A Nergigante that's just meant to land her debuffs a lot and get a lot of turns doing it. But getting that extra damage out of her. This mission sucks. Well, I guess it's only use 80 glyphs. There are missions like this where it's like get 5 or 6 star or get the max. You have to land the max. Yeah, get 40 max substats using rank 5 or higher glyphs, that is so friggin' hard to do and so wasteful on glyphs. I'll end up using those 80 glyphs over time. I don't need to go out of my way to do that right now. I think if I was to take like gear off of a bunch of champions, I would be able to make it work. But this protection set on her for that extra speed is really good. Like 12% speed. I mean, the only other set that would do that is a speed set, right? Yeah. Well, let's think about that then. So primary stat, speed. Equipped. Okay. So Theodore is only faction wars. I don't mind taking gear off of him. So let's go back to the fitting room and try these on. So we're losing some speed, but I'm about to make up for it because I'm going to find a speed shield with crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy, like this one. Okay. I didn't give up any defense. My speed is the same. I gave up a little bit of health for that. And a little bit of accuracy. So now if I go primary stat crit rate, and this gains me accuracy. Why am I losing 18 speed? So the existing piece has a speed substat roll. Why wouldn't you build her with crit rate damage? Are you talking about Nergigante Archer? Why wouldn't I? So it depends on what you want her for. She does good damage, but I want her to land provoke a lot. I need her to provoke. She's Hydra for me, right? So I want her to provoke the provoke head a bunch of like to keep him locked down so my debuffs stay on. So that's the primary function. And land hex, of course, right? So that's the primary function. Her secondary function is damage. And she does hit hard, but it's not her primary function. For what I need, I have a Crizia. I don't really need Nergigante to do a bunch of damage. Why do I want Nergigante to do a bunch of damage? So when a Crizia gets eaten, I can still free her. So, yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. Everyone's trying to do something different with their build. You may not have a Crizia and may want that extra damage, right? For me, a Crizia does all my damage, and I want to support her. So that's what Nergigante does. So it all depends on what you need. All right, this gives up. All right. It's down to these two pieces. I either give up 18 speed, but I gain accuracy, or I give up only 8 speed, but I lose 21 accuracy. This gives me better stats where I want it to. So, and miscreated, I can easily replace those on miscreated. Yeah, like, it's also a matter of what gear I have. I don't carry a lot of, because I build so many nukers now in crit damage gear, I don't carry a lot of crit rate gear, and that's kind of what's hurting the build a bit. The other thing too is one of the hardest things to do is to build a champion that has, I mean, think about what this champion wants. She wants defense, she wants HP, she wants crit rate, she wants crit damage, she wants speed and accuracy. Those are all pieces that she wants. Well, that's 6 pieces. You can't have 6 pieces on an item, right? So you have to find out how to make that work. Now, I am dropping down to 244 speed, which is still highly respectable and glyphable. I think I can glyph her back up into the 260s, right? So let's go ahead and equip this. So the great thing is we managed to do that protection. The buff that we were getting from protection, we did that with a speed set. So that freed up some gear. Yeah, so I'm trying to build her for the main role and extra, which is I'm being greedy. And this is a great time to be greedy is during a gear filter or a gear removal cost, right, at 0, and an artifact enhancement event. So I'm kind of 2 birds with 1 stone here. So let's also take a look at what an amulet will do for her. Which I could still keep the 20 resistance, but we don't care about that too much. So I'm gonna, now that we've built her, right, for crit, we want her to have a crit damage neck. So crit damage necks can only have certain substats. So the most important one is accuracy. Now this one also brings with it resistance, but what does a counterattack one do for me? Her A1 increases accuracy, I think, right? So we don't care about that. So really we're looking for resistance. I'm sorry. No, we're looking for accuracy. Let's see what this rolls. Yeah, I mean, are we gaining? Yeah, we're gaining back some of that accuracy we lost, as well as a ton of crit damage, of course, because it's a crit damage neck, and we're getting some defense as well. Okay, so if I go with this build, I'm gaining crit rate, I'm gaining crit damage, my accuracy is improved, my resistance is up, my speed is still down, and I'm losing quite a bit of defense. About 800 defense, which is not ideal, but that's gonna happen. I'm going from defense gauntlets to crit rate gauntlets, right? That's going to happen. I think this is a better performing build overall, and I'm gonna equip it. And now let's get the glyphing, since I just happened to get a mission for glyphing. I'm going to use my big boy glyphs on her because I really want her to be fast. I'll take a 5. I would prefer better, but I'll take a 5. Here, flat stat HP, I don't really care about. Accuracy, she's got plenty of accuracy, so I'll just go kind of, I got 45 of these. We'll use those. I could do better than a 6. Yeah, I'll take a 7. I'm not going to be greedy. This one is filled out. I'll get some more HP and accuracy here. So again, we'll go to that nice big roll there. And then I'll go down to ones that I have a lot of so I can get a couple rolls here. There we go. Nice 4%er. I'll take that. This one is probably really old glyphs because this was on a champion that doesn't get used a lot. I'll take 3% and see if we can get 200 something. There we go. I'll take a little extra defense as well. Nothing, not going to hurt anything. I'm going to roll a couple of these and be greedy because I got 80 of them. There we go. You know, I need to think about that more. That's a great point. So, Daz mentioned that she buffs herself with more accuracy. I forget about that, right? That's an important part of her kit that needs to be remembered. I could probably get more speed on her, right? Oh, hell yeah. Let's see if we can get a 5 on her. There we go. Defense is well rolled, and the accuracy is well rolled. I'm not going to try and go higher on that. Well, we got a couple more pieces to roll, too. I never rolled her accessories, apparently. I'm going to go for the big boy accuracy here. We get an 8. It's kind of weak. There we go. I'll take a 14. Flat HP, we'll kind of go with one of these guys. That's a good roll. Very good roll, in fact. And the rest is crit damage and crit rate. I actually think we might end up with her being almost as fast as she was. So HP percent on an HP ring. Like, this is a good ring. So I'm going to go for a big guy here. Don't like seeing the 3%. Don't like seeing the 4%. I have to take it because it's not worth it to go up to a 5, but that's really disappointing to see. This is a really good ring, and I want to put good enchants on it. So again, I'm going to go for a big roll here for the defense. I'll take a 5. I only have 3 left, so I don't want to be super greedy. Attack means nothing, so I'm not going to use those. Her damage is based on defense. Now the crit damage. Here again, I'm going to go for big accuracy because it matters for her. I'm okay with that. A 6 because she's pretty good in accuracy. For defense, I'm going to go 20 or higher here. There we go. Resistance doesn't really matter. I feel like resistance is the dumbest thing to glyph. Not in, like, if you have somebody that you want resistance on it, absolutely you want to glyph them, but it's wasted. If you can't hit the minimum to not get debuffed by something, then why glyph it? There's just no... I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like you have to really want somebody to... If you're going to build someone in resistance, you have to build someone in resistance. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We really want her fast. And obviously this is a very... Yeah! Let's go! A max. I will take that. HP... I'm going for a 3 or more here. Well... one more. Ah, let's go. I'll take a 5. Okay. Attack doesn't matter. Alright. So final tally, we ended up with 259 speed. She was like 262. We lost 3 speed. So, great. 105% crit rate. 157 crit damage. Not a big amount of crit damage, but she hits hard. And considering all the other stats we need, we're looking pretty good. We've got great accuracy. 448, way more accuracy than we need. If I was building her a little more min-max, then I would definitely sacrifice some accuracy on a piece and try and get like more crit damage or more defense out of her. But I like keeping her with a ton of accuracy. So All right. Well, we've got her built. Now, the whole reason we did that was for the artifact enhancement event, which I already collected most of the points for. So we've got her built. Let's build my second archer. Now, this archer won't be used for a while. And the reason I say that is because she is completely unbooked. Wait. How did I book her? I must have booked her right after I pulled her. I remember now. Yeah. Because I pulled her during Clan B Clan. So I then. Oh, I remember. I needed to hit the 400,000 mark. So I got some books for her. Because I needed to hit that mark. Okay. So she's still not booked enough. This cooldown needs to be on a 3-turn. But she is built pretty well. Now, this one I'm not going to be greedy on. The reason I say that is because it's really difficult to be greedy. We talked about how hard it is to be greedy, and this archer is for my second tier team, where that extra bit of damage doesn't matter as much, right? I can get that damage from other sources. I don't want to do equipped here. I want to go completely new build here. So we'll go speed. What is a perfect piece, right? Now I am going to keep... I don't know. Maybe we try crit rate gloves out the start, right? Because what she's facing is going to be less damage dealing, right? So maybe we do try and get her built. Her accuracy bar will be lower. Her survivability bar will be lower. So it's very possible that crit rate gloves could work on her. So what would be a perfect piece? We would go speed, accuracy, defense percent, and crit damage. That piece doesn't exist. So, oh, why don't we go the what we were going to put on the other Nergigante, right? So there we go. Okay. So now we are already at, so keep in mind she has no masteries. I'm just double checking my other Nergigante's masteries and making sure that, yeah, we are going to go for War Master on her. Whoops. So on this Nergigante, we're going to want to go crit rate on the gloves. We've got defense percent on the chest with crit rate and crit damage. We only need to hit 80. No. We need to hit 95% crit rate. That's the only amount of crit rate we need to hit. So I'm going to do crit rate on the top 3 because that's easier. So on the boots, I won't need crit rate because that's going to be harder to find because those boots with crit rate are going to go onto nukers, right? So on the boots, we're going to want accuracy, crit damage, defense percent, and HP percent. This would be the perfect substats for what I'm trying to go with speed boots. Now, we don't seem to have all that. So what if we take off the HP percent? Well, now we have a defense percent accuracy with some crit damage. I like these boots. I wish they were 6-star, but I like them. The speed requirement is lower on hard difficulty as well. So we're building her keeping in mind that she would be used at a lower difficulty than what... Oh, yeah. Wait till you see me use her. So again, I have a team in place. So for her to make that cut, she needs to be booked. If you don't have a Nergigante and even unbooked, she is amazing. Wait till you try her in Doom Tower. Oh, man, she's so good. So good. Okay. So now we want to get the top 3. Right? So let's take off all these substats. And think about what substats we want. So one of these pieces needs to have crit rate. And crit damage, and accuracy, and speed. We need one piece to achieve this goal. I say we use this. Well, that's too much crit rate. It's weird. We want it to have all of that, but low crit rate. Which sounds crazy to say. A merciless set. I don't care about that 10% attack. All right, let's roll this piece to 12 and see what happens. That's what I'm looking for. Wait, how much? I might be. We're at 88. This was how much? 10%? Okay, this takes us to 98. So that would put us over. So now we don't want any more crit rate. So we'll use this piece, right? And we don't want any more crit rate because we're currently at 98. So we'll get 5 more from our masteries. So we've hit our crit rate. So we don't want any more crit rate on these pieces. Okay. So take off the shield. We go speed, crit damage, accuracy, defense percent. There's that helmet again. This is a good helmet for her. Defense percent cannot be on the weapon, so we'd want HP percent on the weapon. And I'm going to take this to 16. A lot of accuracy there, which is good. Because we're getting a lot less accuracy because we're not putting her... We're going stats over sets here. So we're missing out on a ton of accuracy because we don't have any sets, accuracy sets completed, right? We're already starting with 163 even before the banner. So I'm really happy with where our accuracy is at. That should be more than enough for hard difficulty. Here for primary stats, we want defense. For substats, we want defense percent. And this is pretty much a guaranteed that this piece gets equipped. I really hate the substat roll there, so I'm going to re-roll on a different piece and see if we can avoid that. This piece is actually getting sold. That rolled so badly. All right, let's try again. That went all into flat stats. Ugh. 2 into attack there. Because I have so many pieces to roll, it just makes sense to roll them. Alright, last chance. Hey, that was pretty good. So we get no HP from this, but we get a ton more defense. And her defense is pretty low because we built her kind of different on this one. So eventually we would upgrade this ring to one that had HP percent on it as well. But this one's giving me 20% defense versus 4% defense and 10% defense. So I'm doubling my defense and only losing unrolled HP, right? Like that's not that bad at all. All right, now again, I'm going to want crit damage neck on her. And I'm not going to be as greedy with this. I'm going to take it to 16. I don't like those substat rolls. This one does have accuracy, so maybe I take this one up and see what we get. Yeah. I do want that extra accuracy. I probably should have said that. I probably should have not. I probably should have been greedy from the start. All right, and then primary stats. Now we want accuracy banner with a substat of speed. How do you roll? All right, 2 into speed. We'll take that. So we're looking at 190 speed now on her. 263 accuracy is great. We have our crit rate. We have crit damage. Well, I guess I could just look at the total stats, right? So we'll have 100% crit rate when mastered with probably, what, 170% crit damage, something in there. She's way slower than my other Nergigante. But we're up against hard, so that won't matter as much. They go slower as well. And when I get my Lady Kimmy finished, my next Lady Kimmy finished, she'll be in my second team as well. So Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. This one has way more defense than my other one. 4345. My other one is at 3560. What am I doing that I'm giving up that much defense? They're built very similar. Prioritizing accuracy too much, I guess. Oh, she's in a friggin' set. That's why. She's in a resilience set. So she's gaining 10% defense as well as also having defense percent substat rolls. What is the ring on Nergigante? My main Nergigante. I want to make sure I'm not doing something stupid there. Ah, an HP ring on her. I actually do not agree with that. I think I did that because all my rings for barbarians were 5-star and I was being a little too greedy, perhaps. I'm going to roll this one real quick. The one she has rolled defense percent. Oh, no, it didn't. Wait, so is this one better? Oh, no, it didn't either. So neither of them rolled defense percent. I wonder if it's worth going down to one of those defense rings that I rolled for her. I might sell this ring, believe it or not. I think it's worth it. How much HP does she have? 57,000? Yeah, she's got good support. Like, she's not dying. So I want the more defense per damage, and obviously that'll also give survivability. So I can take this one up to 16. And maybe we get an HP. Thank you. Great roll. Alright, so I think this ring, even though it's a 5-star, I do think it's better for her. And then we can upgrade it too. There you go, baby. I want 3 or more, though, if I'm rolling these guys. While I have a mission, of course. I'll take a 4. That's even better. Here I'll go 4. I'll take that. And attack doesn't matter. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm excited to try her out. Maybe we do some Hydra today. But we got a bunch more damage out of her, which is really, really good for that team. Because I need a little bit of extra help freeing Acrizia when she gets eaten. And then for the enhancement event, look at that. Got ourselves an Ancient Shard. Okay. Now that's the main account, guys. So if you're new to joining us, if you just joined us, that was on the main account. So now we can get to work. I was just doing the artifact enhancement event. Now we can get work onto some of the free-to-plays. Man, we are pushing Voidkeep hard right now. All right, that's the main account. So let's go to the free-to-play account. And what do we want to do on this account? So we're in the artifact enhancement event, right? And that's what we're trying to do right now. So we have some room. We got plenty of silver right now. Let's build Taragi. He's not fully mastered yet. But let's build him out. and see what we can do for him. So I'm going to start with boots. So for Taragi, we want HP percent, accuracy. All right, yeah, we've got a 6-star accuracy banner, so we can be... We can give up a little bit of accuracy for some good boots. And I really want a speed set for him. At least one speed set. All right, hold up. So primary stat speed, substat, HP percent. Yeah, so those really good boots didn't have HP percent, right? These, yeah. And I don't even know if I take off all of the filters. If I can make that Divine Life set whole anyways. HP percent and speed. It's tempting to try, but I think we are better off just getting a speed set on him. Okay. So now primary stat HP percent for sure. And then we want to go with neither of the speed set have great substats, so we won't worry about completing the set. So now let's talk what a perfect piece would be. Speed, accuracy, defense percent, and I guess flat stat HP would be a perfect piece. So we can definitely get rid of the flat stat HP, and here we go. So speed, defense, accuracy. Just want to make sure there were no 6-star pieces, right? I hate when I misclick that. I hate that so much. All right, nice round rolls. Happy with that. So we can equip that. For gloves, again, we're going to go HP percent on the gloves. Now we're talking. Do any of these have speed and accuracy? No. Are any of these 6-star? We won't need that much accuracy. We're only doing clan boss with Taragi, right? Like, that's the focus, right? I'm not worried about waves. Like, with Nergigante, I'm worried about high-level waves and stuff that she'll be clear controlling and stunning. So that's why I want her to have really high accuracy. And hell, maybe even PvP. Because that taunt, or that provoke, is really, really solid. But here, we have a little bit more wiggle room. So we're getting primary percent HP. And then speed. Yeah, I think we could get away with these. I kind of don't like those substat rolls. So maybe I'd be a little more greedy here. Even that I'm not a super fan of, but given the other options, I'll see what this rolls because it could complete a set. Yeah, those are kind of worse. So this to complete the set. I like that this piece gives defense as well. So we'll max that out and put that on. I'm pretty sure I can complete the speed set from one of the top 3. Because I'm going to have way more of these. Because I don't have to worry about percent stats, right? So now we're talking we want speed, accuracy, and HP percent. These would be perfect items. Now, what if we just did speed and accuracy? Yep, you can see we already have pieces that are popping up here. I'll take this piece to 8 just to see if I get rolls in each. A bunch of accuracy, but I kind of wanted like speed and accuracy there. Take this to 12. I'm hoping to see, there we go. One that has both speed and accuracy on it. Let's roll these real quick. Because we're in an event right now. This isn't just me like randomly just rolling stuff. I'm trying to find the best piece for my champion while also so this would be the best piece. Right? Yeah. So I'm trying to give myself the best piece while also leveling up gear during an event. So, and yeah, there is no piece that is a speed set. So what gives me the best stats that is part of a speed set? And it would be, I think, this piece. We're getting a little bit of extra speed and extra accuracy. The attack percent, not so much, but we definitely want that one speed set to be completed. Because you'll see our speed already is at 170. What's up, comp? How you doing, bud? All right, so now we can completely take speed set out of the equation. And we're going speed, accuracy, and HP percent. And we're looking for weapons and shield. An immortal set would be really good. Maybe we just do that. So this would give us the most speed. This would give us the most HP. And defense. Yeah, we're getting both defense and HP and accuracy and speed. This is just such a good piece. So we're going to equip that. And then this one's going to get equipped pretty much no matter what it rolls. Not great rolls, but not terrible either. All right, so right out the gate, we've got 178 speed. That's respectable. We could get more speed off the banner, too. Lots of HP. That's really good HP. And a little bit of extra defense. He's not exactly great in the defense department. So HP primary. M-E. M-E. I know who that is. I just can't remember what it stands for. Like it's the ogre, right? The if you lack a reviver that's on the caliber of Kaja, then I would go Kaja, in my opinion. Beyond that, um, Maneater. Thank you. I know exactly who ME stands for, but I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. Am I still on a delay? I am still on a delay. You guys promise to come back if I start the stream over again and fix the delay? I forget I have to do that every time I start. No, don't apologize. Maneater, I knew who you were talking about. I knew you were talking about an unkillable champion, right? That gives unkillable. I just didn't know that it just my brain couldn't put ME together to mean Maneater. That's not your fault. That was my brain's fault. All right, yeah, I'm gonna start over. Okay, let's just do it now. I'm gonna stop streaming and I'm gonna start it right back up. So just see you guys in a second.